What's going on, 5-9 Gaming crew? Lethal One up here, joined by the retro gamer himself, Hazing. Hazing, what's going on, my dude? How you doing today?
The retro gamer, I feel like you're just calling me old.
No, listen, dude, you're the retro extraordinaire here at 5-9, man. What do you mean? You're Mr. Retro in terms of like, yo, you know what I mean? Classic games. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me on this video. Guys, if the title hasn't already spoiled it, we're going to go and talk about 5-9's official top 10 most anticipated games of 2021. What we did was similar to what we did to the last video. We compiled a list from some of our console core members here at 5-9 to bring you guys a list of our favorite games that we are looking forward to in 2021. And we're going to go ahead and start off with some honorable mentions. I'll go ahead and start this off with, as you can see on the screen right here, Ghostwire Tokyo. So this game, it was an unexpected trailer, I think, for a lot of us here from Bethesda. And it has this key message that was face the unknown, discover the truth, and save the city. In a game that looks like it's about, I want to say, the paranormal kind of taking over the city, and you're there to save it, maybe by in the trailer it looks like he just does like different types of like magical abilities, some Naruto hand sign action going on. I saw some bending, some pressure point stuff. I mean, Hazing, you've seen the trailer. What are your thoughts real quick on this game?
It looks decent. I mean, the thing that's confusing me about this game is I'm sure this was announced as a PlayStation exclusive, at least a timed exclusive, and it's coming from Bethesda. Right. And obviously, Microsoft have now bought Bethesda, so it's a pretty. I've read that they're still going to go ahead with these timed exclusives because they were already like deals that were done. So it's an interesting one that basically a Microsoft studio is going to be putting out an exclusive game on PlayStation, so that alone makes it quite interesting.
No, for that exact reason, I think it's hilarious. But I mean, it does beg the question of, man, will this be one of those final games for PlayStation users from Bethesda? Who knows? Let me see. Now let's jump over. I'm gonna give it to you, Hazing, because I know that this is a little bit more on your level. Because I like racing games, but I think you like racing games a little bit more than I do. Man.
Well, yeah, Gran Turismo 7 was one of the ones that I kind of pushed for because, I mean, to be honest, Sony knock it out the park when it comes to the Gran Turismo game, and the driving simulator that everybody does look forward to is Gran Turismo. Now, not only is it looking really crispy and beautiful on the PlayStation 5, it features a new Dream Garage system that lets you collect, tune, race, and customize your cars and build your very own Dream Collection. Now, unlike something like maybe Forza, etc., they really, I'm not saying anything wrong with Forza, they really dial it in with Gran Turismo, and it looked fantastic on the PlayStation 4. I mean, it looked stunning on the PlayStation 4, so I can just imagine what it's going to look like on the PlayStation 5. I mean, I know you're not massive on racing games, but you do appreciate like good graphics, good realistic graphics. Yeah. I know that about you, so I'm assuming that you'll probably be looking forward to seeing how this one turns out yourself.
Yeah, and literally just exactly what you said, Hazing. Like, I've always looked at like Gran Turismo and a lot of the racing games to be like the showcases of like visual, right? The beautiful like textures of the car, the details, the environment, the settings, the tracks. Like, I've usually looked at like games like Gran Turismo to see like what's the true power of what a console can show off in terms of like, the power they have to just show the graphics of what the developers are doing with that kind of tech. And yeah, Gran Turismo is always that showcase for me when it comes to that. Okay, jumping into our next one. This is our last honorable mention. Again, these are just a couple that we've all come to as a collective that we've seen that's pretty popular for a lot of other of the console guys here at 5-9. But the last one that we have is It Takes Two. From Hazelight Studio, these are the guys that made A Way Out and Brothers. They're bringing us this new couch co-op experience. Sorry, because I want to add in couch because this game it really signifies that like they want you to play this with somebody else, and I think it's a lot of it features a lot of offline co-op, and you could do this online obviously as well, but I think it's really made to kind of play with somebody else. It's this gorgeous adventure game that looks like it looks like it's kind of about like working together. It looks like it's a couple in the trailer and you're kind of getting their backstory, but they're working through different puzzles and different situations where they have to really work together. And I think that's the biggest thing here. And one cool thing that we found out is that they're going to have a cool feature called Friend Pass that lets you play with friends for free. And there's no real big catch that besides the fact that you can't do, I think, from like PlayStation to Xbox. But like, for example, if it's like PlayStation 5 to PlayStation 4, that works. And it's for free. I mean, Hazing, it's for free. Well, I mean, dude, you can grab me and I can play with you for free, bro.
Wait, so that assumes that I've got to buy it? Well, I like that one.
I mean, one of us kind of get it. We can go half and half, but either way, bro, what we get to play with each other. You just, it's cool. It's a cool way of doing it, though.
Yeah.
Where I could just hop in with you. You could just hop in with me.
No, it is definitely cool. The thing is, these guys have got a good pedigree for making co-op experiences. They've done it.
Yeah.
They've done it. I mean,
Yeah.
Brothers was something a bit unique where you controlled both the characters. A Way Out obviously resonated with a lot of people. They did enjoy that. I think they could do quite well here. The thing about it as well is, obviously graphically, it looks like a cartoon. And I've said that for years about games, but we're getting to the point where you are now at Pixar levels when it comes to how these games
Oh
look.
my god, yeah.
And this definitely ticks that box. So I think it could be quite a fun experience. It's probably not going to be for everyone, you know what I mean? But it definitely looks like it
Yeah.
could be a lot of fun.
Oh, 100%. And that's our honorable mention. So, Hazing, do you want to hit us up or start us off? Hit us up either way for our actual top 10 list.
Yeah, so coming in at number 10 on the list, we've got Psychonauts 2. Now, people may or may not be aware, but it comes from Tim Schafer, who has delivered a lot of fantastic games. Like, this man's known for things like he was involved with Monkey Island and stuff like that, heavy metal, that type of stuff. But basically, this game has been requested for a long time. It came out originally in 2005, the original Psychonauts, and Raz is back on an all-new journey where he will learn new psychic abilities and he'll use them to solve mysteries and quell whatever evil plots arise. So yeah, it's a kind of quasi-platformer, 3D kind of sort of in the Super Mario 64 style. It's going to be interesting. Like I say, it's got a great art style as well, and it has been something that fans have been wanting to return for quite a while. Did you ever play the original at all, Lethal?
I remember playing it when I was younger because this game I think came back. Yeah, it was a while ago when this one came back, right? So I remember playing it. I don't think I ever finished it, but it was a fun game. It was like you said, it was a fun little action platformer game, different psychic abilities. But I think a lot of people liked it because it was funny. I think it was really comedic with the dialogue that they had. And no, it was like it was one of those good games that I enjoyed. I wish I would have finished it because I know this is a game that people wanted to see a sequel for the longest time. So the fact that it's finally coming, I'm sure that makes everybody happy.
Definitely. So, pass it back over to you, Lethal. You can let us know what number 9 was.
Yeah, number 9, Kenna Bridge of Spirits. Shout out to Ember Labs for this beautiful looking upcoming action adventure game about a spirit guide traveler named Kenna set out to lift a curse using powers given by the spirit realm. Also, the little guys are adorable, and that's enough to get us interested. I mean, the game is visually beautiful, and we talked about like Pixar, and I swear when I first saw this game it looked like it was like a Pixar movie or something, because like it blows my mind to what we can start looking forward to when it comes to graphics and stuff like that, and this game just screamed it. But I think another part too is this game gave me like hints of Zelda. Like, Hazing, you've seen the trailer, right? It kind of felt like it had like that Zelda kind of vibe to it, that lock onto a target, kind of go back inside to side and like jump backwards. There's a counter, there's a block, there's a parry, and it looks like there's like little puzzles, little shrines. Like it has a good blend of like a bunch of different games, and it looks so good, man. Hazing, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it could be the sleeper hit. I think this could be one of the ones that really takes off. Like graphically, like you say, it does look amazing. It's obviously got ticking the gameplay boxes for people as well, because obviously, as things like Genshin have shown, people really like that sort of a gameplay, and I think this could do really well, to be honest.
Totally agree with that. Hazing, give us number 8.
Number 8 is Back 4 Blood. Now, Back 4 Blood is basically a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. If you've seen the trailer for this, if you were watching the Game Awards, like me, who was shouting, it's Left 4 Dead, it's Left 4 Dead, you would be forgiven for thinking this actually was a sequel to Left 4 Dead. But obviously the developers have broken away from Valve, and they're now making this game themselves, and it is a co-op shooter. Basically you work in teams of 4 to take on the zombie hordes. It's all about cooperative gameplay and stuff like that, and it does look like it'll be a lot of fun to play with friends. You can obviously play with randoms and stuff like that as well, but it seems like something you want to squad up and get a good gameplay session going with the people that you actually know and you enjoy gaming with. Are you looking forward to this one, Lethal? This is one I'd probably like to get a game of with yourself. Is it something you've looked into much?
Yeah, I mean, I played Left 4 Dead, the first one, but I didn't play the second one. But I remember, like, that game was like that. It was like, it reminded me of like the good old days of like a zombie shooter, right? And like, I think when they were really popular, and there's something about it, especially like all the horde of zombies that you just get hit with, or there was like different kinds there was all kinds of monsters and zombies, whatever. But no, just to see them coming back with it again, I think, and maybe bringing some new mechanics to it, some new features, maybe some new enemies. I mean, even the trailer, there were some enemies where I was like, oh, like that looks so much different from like, Left 4 Dead, which is great. So I don't know, I guess you just kind of brought back those memories of Left 4 Dead for me. So yeah, I'm excited to see this come back, and I'm down. We got to play this. It looks good.
Yeah, I think this will make for good 5-9 streams in the future.
All right, jumping in to number 7, Defloop. Assassins, mysterious island, but in an endless loop. This game allows players to choose their playstyle, prefer the stealthy approach, or maybe you want to just go gun blazing as a fiend with different types of weapons and abilities. Now, I've seen this, like, I remember watching the trailer, right? And you could see that, like, there's, like, little hints of, like, what was that Assassin's game? I think it was, like, a mixture of, like, Thief in there. There's another game that I can't remember from the studio, but it looks like it blends in some of the games that they kind of had prior that they've worked on into just a kind of new style. But it just looks so good. I mean, fun fact too is that this is another PlayStation 5 game that's also by Bethesda that has us thinking like, man, will this be one of those final games that are going to be coming out for PlayStation from Bethesda? Probably not. Who knows? But hey, Zink, this game looks really interesting. The story behind it, where they're trapped in a loop and there's two assassins fighting each other with one assassin trying to break the loop. It's a kind of a cool concept. It's a story that I've never really think I've seen before. Have you seen something like that done before?
Not really, no. I haven't really seen the gameplay done before. Obviously, I've seen the gameplay done before because it's a first-person shooter, but the actual spin on it with time travel and redoing things, seeing where you went wrong the first time and going back in and doing it differently, that type of thing. Obviously, I've seen it played out in movies and stuff like that, where people maybe, you know what I mean, the story might be Groundhog Day sort of a situation where they try and change the steps they're making to get a different outcome.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of fun. I like the graphical style on it as well. It looks quite interesting. It's kind of got a film noir sort of effect to it. I think it looks pretty good. Well, even the artwork of the picture there, you can see they're going for that sort of a movie style approach to it. So I think it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. Jumping in to number 6, I'm gonna take this one. Gotham Knights. Warner Brothers returns with a new Batman game that's actually not about Batman. Apparently, in the trailer, Batman is dead. I don't know how I feel about that, but Batman is dead. Instead, the Bat Fam rises to the challenge. You can play as Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood, and Robin to protect Gotham in a new open-world action RPG game. The game looks amazing. It's open world Gotham to me, so that's always a good sign. I was a little bit afraid to see like what they were gonna do with this because I love my Batman games. And I love to play as Batman, but I think this is great because for once they're focusing, they're focusing in the Batman stories and everything, but they're actually focusing on like Robin, Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood. Like they're focusing on the other Bat family members. So I think that's actually really cool. And this game is really big with multiplayer. Looks like it looks like it's really focusing on a co-op experience that I'm excited for. We have I just realized that, but there's a lot of co-op games, like a lot of co-op experience games that we can really look forward to coming to this year. But this one in particular, it kind of reminds me of like an Ultimate Alliance kind of feel to it. Hopefully, there's more characters we'll get over time. I think my biggest thing is cool. Can we see DLC to add more characters because this looks like it has the potential to be a really big game. Hazing, you like Batman?
Oh yeah, of course I like Batman. Silly question that is. The only thing I don't know about this game is, I know it's not made by the same developers as Arkham, but I think, unless I'm wrong, correct me because you know a little bit more about it, I think it's set in the Arkham universe, isn't it?
From my knowledge, I think it's separate. I think it's supposed to be it's sort of its own universe, I believe.
Right. Okay.
That's to my knowledge. Again, correct us if we're wrong down below. But I mean, I think it's its own universe because a lot of people were kind of confused as to like, hey, does this take place in Arkham series stories? Like, how does this work? But if I'm not mistaken, I think they said that like, no, this is its own thing. I believe. Okay. I could be wrong, but I believe. Yeah.
Well, fair enough.
It looks good though.
Yeah, it does. Well, rolling on to number 5, we've got Resident Evil Village. Resident Evil 8, whatever you want to call it. Basically, it's the 8th entry into the Resident Evil series, and it's coming and returning with familiar faces. Basically, Chris Redfield and Ethan Winters is back, and all we know is the game takes place after Ethan's Resident Evil 7 biohazard story, and it appears that he's living his life with his wife, who then out of nowhere gets taken out by Chris, which is obviously like about what's going on there from the trailer. Also, it's got zombie werewolves in it. So, I mean, that's like, yeah, zombies aren't enough, so let's bring werewolves in it. And who knows, we might have vampire zombies and stuff like that later as well.
Yeah.
They can just toss all that out of the mix. Just give us a bit of Frankenstein as well. Let's just go for it. It's Resident Evil.
Just keep going through the list, man. No, I think that's the thing with this game, right? Like, we don't really know the story. We got a cool teaser trailer, but we don't know too much. But it's kind of crazy because, like, Chris is back, man. Chris Chris has a whole new look in this game. He looks built. He's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, from the last like I think model that we had of Chris, you know.
Pause! What is that?
This is a complete different style of Chris that I'm not used to seeing.
Oh, yeah.
But he looks intimidating.
The other thing you've got to remember as well is with Resident Evil 7, Capcom released a few trailers that weren't actually what the game was going to be. So you have to wonder, have they showed some of these trailers to show you what the engine looks like, to give you a taste, but it could be subverting your expectations a little bit and it's not actually what we're going to see in the finished product. There's also that to think of, you know. It'd be interesting to see how it turns out. But yeah, this is definitely one for the watching.
100%. Jumping into our number 4. Halo Infinite. Yes, guys, we said it, Halo Infinite. Aside from the game's latest graphic controversy, you could say, 343 have taken the criticism to heart and promised a brand new and exciting experience in the Halo world. Master Chief returns for another adventure featuring a new enemy named Craig, who I think is the center of some of that controversy. It's also a new ring, and apparently there's a grappling hook now. I mean, that's cool. It kind of gives me Lost Planet vibes. But I mean, I'm looking forward to this. I mean, here's my thing and my stance on Halo. I think for a while now, I've kind of lost my interest with it because I always felt like it's so like so much of the same thing. And I always felt like they could reinvent and try different things. But I don't know, maybe even when they did, it just wasn't enough for me. I guess it's more of like a personal thing. But I see that, like, you know, even on the cover of the game that they showed for the trailer, that like it looks like they're trying to play homage to the classic and to the original, and they got a grappling hook now. Maybe that's enough to get me aboard. What about you, Hazik? I mean, are you still big on the Halo hype?
Honestly, I mean, I obviously did push for this one to be on the list as well, but I have not really enjoyed a Halo game since Halo 3, if I'm being honest. Bungie, since...
That's the last one I think I enjoyed too.
Yeah, and I just think that there has to come a point where they recapture the magic that they're looking for, or it'll probably be Master Chief's last outing, you know. I think you'll always have the diehards that want to see the game succeed, so maybe they'll keep trying, but I think with them being, you could call him a mascot character. I mean, Master Chief is a mascot character. They always want those games to succeed, so fingers crossed they push out a title that's worthy, and obviously it's going to sell well, obviously it's going to do well. I just think that they need to deliver, because fans' expectations for this one are really high, and if they can deliver, I think they're onto a winner.
100% agreed, man. Yeah, we're looking forward to this game, and you know, it does make the list because at the end of the day, a lot of people love Halo still. You know, that's a good point to mention. Now, there's still a lot of Halo fans out there, so they're looking forward to the next big Halo experience. But Hazing,
well,
it is with number 3.
Before I hit you with number 3, just want to point out, Xbox fans, we did let Halo's here, number 4. Just remember that, we put Halo here. We're about to go a little bit Sony from here on out, so please forgive us. So at number 3, we have Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Now, we have already touched on this before, both yourself and me like games that look like cartoons, and this game is gorgeous. The particle effects are perfect. It really does look like a movie. It looks like an animated movie, more so than the other ones that we've spoke about already on this list. There's not enough There's not enough words to express how great the next Ratchet and Clank adventure does look. Now, Ratchet and Clank are back in a sequel to take down the evil robotic Emperor, joined by familiar allies and a new female Lombax. Also, it features new weapons like the Shatter Bomb and the ability to slip through dimensional rifts. That's right, the game is looking fantastic. You've probably seen the trailer, you've probably seen jumping through worlds seamlessly. If the PlayStation 5 can deliver that with no loading times, just you jump through a portal, you're in a new world, this game's just really going to do well. And I think this will be one game after Astrobot that really takes advantage of the DualSense controller. I can see them using that for a lot of different things. I think this might be the next big game that really takes advantage of what the PlayStation 5 offers. So what are you thinking about this one, Lethal?
You nailed it, dude. I mean, I think they usually use Ratchet and Clank to really just showcase like their PlayStation, what it can do, especially with this year with the controller for the PS5. I can see them using that 100%. To their advantage, and rightfully so. I mean, this game looks beautiful, and it's gonna. I mean, they're gonna really sell this game. And again, anybody who's a big fan of like Ratchet and Clank, they're gonna love this. And I think it just looks like it's gonna continue off of what they did beautiful last time, and just continue to keep it going. I mean, I could see like 3 more of these coming out now, because I think a lot of people are just excited to see Ratchet and Clank back, and rightfully so. Me myself, man, I can't wait. Going in to number 2, we have Horizon Forbidden West. Aloy is back, now traveling the Forbidden West. New enemies and some familiar faces are returning, and we also get a cool glimpse of seeing Aloy swim underwater in this new beautiful world. Also, there's a huge woolly mammoth elephant machine looking creature, and there's even they even like hinted at some also like new machine creatures too. So this looks great. I can't wait. It's been a while since I played the last Horizon, so I know my knowledge is not all there. But I mean, I remember the open world for this game was also like in the last one was so beautiful. I also believe it was a lot of like a winter tundra kind of thing. So this one, it looks like it's way more like island and seawater, and they're gonna probably introduce like they showed her swimming. So like I can only imagine that's gonna be probably a brand new mechanic. Maybe we'll go deep underwater and start seeing some like sea urchin creatures or something. Like I don't know, dude. This game looks great. What do you think, Hazing?
I feel like we're kind of getting into a recurring theme here of the game starting to look great the higher we got this list. But yeah, I mean, really, I think depending on what happens, this one or the game that we're going to talk about next, I'm willing to say now, I think one of the two of them are guaranteed to be Game of the Year.
I knew you were gonna go there. I knew it. I was like, oh no.
Unfortunately, when we talk about the next game, even though I'm super hyped for it, I think there's a chance it might not happen this year. But if it doesn't, then I think Horizon's definitely going to win Game of the Year because people love it. They know what they're doing. They've got it nailed on with the mechanics. And the fact is, the PlayStation 5 is just going to... I mean, things like the bow. When you're using the bow now, you're going to get the tension from the controller because of the resistance. And it's just going to add an extra layer to the game. And I think Horizon's going to do good numbers.
Yeah, that's a great take. I didn't even think about that because Aloy, obviously she has the bow, and I feel like in the PlayStation, I think in like the trailers for it, I think they're always showing somebody using a bow. Mm-hmm. So 100%, yeah, they're gonna totally go in with that for the controller.
Yeah, they added it, and I don't know if you tried Astrobot, but when you play Astrobot, there's a little section he's using the bow,
yeah,
and you can feel it. You can feel the tension when you're pulling it back, and then it snaps when you let it go. That's going to be something they're really going to like use and utilize in this game. So yeah, I think this is another one that could take advantage of the DualSense and just make the game more immersive, basically. So I said that I think this next game, there's a chance it might not release, but we're basing this list on games that they've said are coming out in 2021, and it's God of War Ragnarok. Big surprise. No one would have expected this to be at number one. It's amazing because we know nothing about this game. All we know is it's still set in Northland. Maybe Thor's going to be in it, who knows, but basically, yeah, we know nothing about the game. We do look forward to the actual battles that may happen with Thor. I mean, it's got to happen. I mean, it's got to, and basically,
I mean, it's Ragnarok too, yeah,
it's the continuing tale of Kratos and Atreus, and we do hope we learn more about the mystery behind this story. But the thing that we're hoping for more than anything else is to see a gameplay trailer. Again, if this game releases in 2021, it's Game of the Year. I'm telling you now, it's Game of the Year, and I think you'd be willing to bet on that just now as well. The only thing the only thing that's got me thinking, oh, will it happen? I don't know if Sony would put out Horizon and God of War in the same year. I just don't know if they would do it.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, you really put two of your biggest franchises out there. Like, that's a big one. Those are two big IPs right there. So like, it's interesting to see if they're going to put those two together. But according to the CEO of PlayStation, Jim Ryan, I think he was saying, he was like, we have plans. Like this is the plan for this year. Wait till we have for 2022. So like, listen, PlayStation, man, Sony, they're doing their thing. Oh, yeah. They're doing their thing. They know what they're doing. So they're hitting you really hard. It's hard to not, like some of these games that are coming out.
The only prediction I would make just now, but is if any of them are going to get delayed, it's going to be God of War. The only reason I say that is we've seen a trailer for Horizon. We've not seen a trailer for God of War. That just leads me to believe maybe one's further along than the other one, or they're just building up so much hype because people want. We were sitting through the whole Game Awards like, right, God of War, God of War, God of War, and it didn't happen. And we're like, no. So yeah, the hype's real for this one. But yeah, that is our list, guys. That is number one on our list.
Yeah, guys, so let us know down below what are your most anticipated games of 2021. As always, we appreciate your time here with us, and we look forward to sharing more console content with you. And again, I'm Lethal One Up, joined with Hazing. And guys, we will catch you on the next video. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.